The fall of Bashar al-Assad, end of a bloody conflict and the dawn of a new political era in Syria. Desk report. Damascus, Syria. A new chapter has begun in Syria's history. After decades of authoritarian rule, Bashar al-Assad has been ousted from power. Despite fierce resistance from his loyalist forces, the Syrian interim government has officially declared the end of the 5-day-long conflict that followed his downfall. The Ministry of Defense stated, "The resistance campaign across the country has been successfully concluded. We are now moving towards establishing peace." However, this victory came at a great cost in human lives. The bloody conflict, over 1,500 lives lost. Syria has long been plagued by civil war, but the intensity of the clashes following Assad's fall was unprecedented. According to official reports, more than 1,500 people have lost their lives, including pro-Assad forces, rebel fighters, and civilians. Key developments in the conflict: the fall of Damascus, rebel and interim government forces took control of the presidential palace in the capital. Last stand of Assad loyalists, pro-Assad forces made their final stand in cities like Latakia, Homs, and parts of Aleppo but were ultimately defeated. Heavy civilian casualties, intense airstrikes, shelling, and direct gunfire led to significant civilian losses. The Syrian people have endured years of war, economic collapse, and humanitarian crises. With Assad's regime gone, many are wondering whether they will finally witness a new era of peace or fall into yet another cycle of instability. A historic agreement: the interim government signs a deal with the Kurds in another major political shift. The Syrian interim government has signed a landmark agreement with the Kurdish population, a move that could reshape the country's future. Key points of the agreement: the Kurds will receive limited autonomy but will not be allowed to declare full independence. They will have a role in the new interim government, ensuring political representation. The Kurdish perspective will be prioritized in drafting Syria's new constitution. Both sides pledge to fight together against the remnants of dictatorship and external threats. This agreement marks a significant shift in Syria's internal politics. The Kurds have long sought independence, but their decision to integrate into the new government signals a potential path toward national unity. Syria's future, peace or the risk of a new conflict. While Assad's removal and the establishment of an interim government signal an end to his dictatorship, Syria's future remains uncertain. Several key challenges lie ahead. One, potential resistance from pro-Assad forces. Although the government claims victory, remnants of Assad's military and loyalist militias could launch insurgent attacks in the coming months. Many former regime officials have gone into hiding and may regroup to retaliate. 2, reconstruction and economic recovery. Over a decade of war has left Syria's economy in ruins. The government must now focus on rebuilding infrastructure, reviving industries, and restoring public services. 3, the role of international powers. The response of Western nations, Russia, Iran, and Turkey will heavily influence Syria's future. Some nations may support the new government, while others may attempt to exploit Syria's instability for their own interests. 4, ensuring national unity and political stability. While the Kurdish agreement is a positive step, other ethnic and political groups must also be included in the nation-building process to avoid further divisions. The interim government must earn the trust of the people to prevent future uprisings. The people's reaction: a new ray of hope? For years, ordinary Syrians have suffered the horrors of war, bombings, starvation, displacement, and repression. With Assad gone, they are hoping for a new beginning. A resident of Damascus shared, "We want peace. For years, we have known nothing but destruction and death. If this new government listens to us, maybe we can finally build a better future." Conclusion: what lies ahead? Syria is at a crossroads. The fall of Bashar al-Assad marks the end of an era, but the challenges of rebuilding the country and ensuring stability are immense. Will the interim government succeed in uniting Syria and restoring peace? Or will new conflicts arise, fueled by internal divisions and external interference? How will the international community respond to Syria's changing political landscape? Only time will tell. But for now, the Syrian people await the dawn of a new era, one that replaces bloodshed with hope and destruction with renewal.